Din, din, din.
What's up you guys, it's your boy the Stuart Mum 5 here, and today guys I am back once again with another live stream, and today I am joined with my friend John.
Hello guys, how's it going?
And basically what we're doing today is having a general chat about COD Zombies in general, like our best moments and whatnot. Also, if you want guys, you can be a part of the chat. Basically just if you've got any comments you want to add in, like, or tell us if you're like your favourite moments or anything like that. So yeah, so let's get into the chat. So John, so
you okay?
when was your first experience on zombies?
I think it was always, well, my first zombie experience was we're going back about till 2012, where I got my first copy, new copy of a Call of Duty game, which was,
I wonder what this game unlocks.
2.
Please, you must help.
Loved the game, loved the campaign. Obviously, I was only into the campaign, and this is also a time before I had any internet. So yeah, we're not. So basically, I had to kind of adjust to what I had before. So obviously, obviously when I was playing Modern Warfare, obviously I was also playing that as well. I was playing the campaign, I was playing Spec Ops Online. Obviously then I started playing Zombies, so obviously the only thing I will say though, this was probably not the best map to get your first experience, because it was all transit.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was not pretty. Not pretty at all. But obviously, Silver Line was, I got introduced to the first Black Ops, where obviously, if I remember correctly, I played 5, so I was able to go right after the first Black Ops.
Yeah.
Now obviously I had to kind of backtrack a wee bit there, because obviously I played Black Ops 2 and then I never played Black Ops 1 before, so even when I started the campaign in Black Ops 2, I'm like, I think I need to play Black Ops 1 because I'm not getting some dialogue here. So as soon as so obviously I just quickly went on Zombies, just thought to try because I was quite bored. I couldn't get Black Ops 1 for a week. So obviously
There's a magic man's pulling some kind of trick on
right.
Yeah.
So I played Transit and liked it and didn't love it. Obviously it's the best map in then got introduced to 5, and then of course I got introduced to Keynote there too. that's where kind of my zombies journey really began. And to be honest, I think it
Always gotta
even
think
though it's
about
Black Ops 1,
defense.
God almighty, that's like 7 years ago I played it. It's still like,
I'm
I
putting
mean,
down
don't get me wrong, I
anyone
love
who
Kino
gets
and
in my way.
Black Ops 3, but I didn't say nothing beats the original.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned in my last video, how I got into zombies is my first zombie experience was on Black Ops 1 with Kino der Toten. Because back then,
Whoever told you
zombies to me was this weird and wonderful thing. Like, I never experienced Call of Duty Zombies before because I never knew it even existed. Because I just thought Black Ops was its first ever appearance, but then once I started learning about World at War and the actual story itself, like from Darius all the way up to Black Ops, it started to make sense, like with Samantha, Maxis, Richthofen, Drake 935, etc, etc. But honestly, it was, best childhood memories for that would be coming home from school and literally draw the map out on a bit of paper, because that's what me and my cousin used to do, and talk about like what ways to go, like should we go the alleyway, should we go up past the MP40, you know. It was just mental, like, because
and remember guys, this is Kino der Toten. This is just like a simple fucking map. Jesus, that goes to show you how bloody popular this map was. I mean, I've talked to you about this
Couldn't live
twice
without
before.
me, huh?
I think 70% I'd say the community kind of grew up with people,
yeah,
or they grew up loving this map, or
They
this would
break
be
it
the
down,
first
we build
original
it up.
zombie experience. Because I mean, World at War, I don't think a lot of people still maybe a bit too young, or maybe because Apology wasn't a big name until probably, well, obviously in the Treyarch side of things, it didn't become big until Black Ops. World at War was positive, obviously it just wasn't, it didn't get the attention like Modern Warfare did. Obviously the second came in, obviously that just blew up, and then Treyarch had to kind of counter that, and they did. They introduced Kino, which obviously, some of you guys might not actually know, was actually meant to be in the war. Do you remember that story, Stuart?
also, sorry, I'm just talking to one of the people who are on my Instagram right now. What were you saying there, sorry?
No, so do you remember the story about
Still
how,
on my feet.
did you know that Kino was actually meant to be the final DLC? And
Aye, for World at War. Yeah, I remember that, yeah, because I can't remember who told me. I think it was one of the people that I used to hang about with in school, and they mentioned it to me saying, oh, did you know that Kino was meant to be for World at War? And in a way, I kind of saw it because it was associated with, obviously, World War II and everything.
I think that one knocked out some teeth.
So,
actually, yeah, and I actually can't remember the reason why they stopped making it.
I don't know.
It was, I think it was a strange one. I remember a YouTuber, I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but I remember he made a video about why, like what happened during the cycle. I don't know if it wasn't a budget thing, they got a big budget.
yeah, definitely.
And they had I think they were ready to release it. I don't know whether some of the team had to go
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
I don't know, it was a weird one, but to be honest, a lot of people could say, you know what, I don't know why I didn't put it on, because if they didn't put it on there, they would have just had 5 Dead Ops. But obviously Dead Ops didn't really take off. The 5 did.
Well, Dead Ops had its own wee quirkiness, I would say, because like it was something different with the zombies. Instead of having like the first person view, it was like the classic GTA type style, the bird eye view, which I found kind of weird at the start, but you know. I wouldn't say I hate Dead Ops Arcade, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
Dead Ops for me was stupid. I mean, I understand that why they did it. Obviously, it was a bit like one of them like, okay, we'll try this, see what people think of it. So I don't think Treyarch I think might need maybe the lost development on that. But then again, like I said, you had Kino, you had 5, and of course, this is where DLC really took off as well with Ascension. Then of course you had fucking mess ahead with that map was fucking crazy. And of course, one of my favourite maps, Moon. Now, I remember actually when I heard of it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people didn't like that. Like the original. And like from people that I know, they said don't play Moon, it's horrible. I'm like how's it horrible? I mean, I'm hearing like, obviously it's a good. I mean, the final DLC you expect it to be like one of the best maps. A lot of these final DLC maps tend to be one of the best. Obviously, Black Ops 2 had Origin, which was probably one of the best. Probably freaking resurrected zombies that was going downhill. And then they resurrected them.
Shit scarier things than you.
People like I've heard people saying Moon is type of like it's controversial.
I guess I owe you a favor.
It did lead up to the creation of Black Ops 2 zombies. But being honest, I enjoyed Moon because
steal my money?
The way the developers like approached it, like having zombies on the moon, how cool would that be? You know, in fact, to be honest, the original plan was meant to be like a Paris type of map, but due to the fact that MW3 were going to be bringing that into their own game, that's where Treyarch were like, you know what, just although we planned that out, but it's not going to happen.
It goes to show you though that like what if what if they did do the Paris map rather than would they blew up the Eiffel Tower like they did in 3? Would they blow up the entire moon from Paris? Was that the way they went?
Well, obviously when Chronicles came out, some of the zombie community went out to Treyarch and obviously played like Mr. Dalek JD, Mr. Waffles, Mr. T-Laxifier, all those guys, and they also got a chance to have an interview with the man himself, Jason Blundell, and I think it was Rad 24/7 his name. I know his name, but I don't know if I pronounced it right. Where he mentioned about the whole Paris map, and Jason Blundell did mention, like, you know how in Moon you've got the spawn where it's no man's land. Well, literally the actual idea was to have the Eiffel Tower there, so you like teleport outside the map to the Eiffel Tower with the pack punch was, and that's where the zombies started to go mental, like coming towards you, like what they do in No Man's Land. So that was what the original plan was meant to be. But no, it's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. Like, because even like, see when you know when you teleport from the Earth to the Moon and you spawn into like the cargo bay, right? If you look outside, if you're outside there, right, and if you look in a certain way, it kind of overhangs like a bridge, and where the rockets are, that's kind of like an outlay of a river. So if you think about it, that's what they were going to try and do with Paris, was like have a bridge near like the river, but obviously they changed it to the moon, and then obviously put the rockets in that bit of area at the bottom of the map. I never noticed that until someone actually mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, that does look like a bridge sort of going over a bit of, you know, high ground and that. So it was really smart to actually see that. But no, being honest, I enjoyed Moon. Like, it was really fun because the way they like done the story and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a great end to the story. Obviously, going up with Elf. I mean, that was pretty cool. The fact that obviously, obviously witnessing that as well, when we was on gameplay or video, just watching a video of someone playing it, obviously, just witnessing that moment in Zombies was like, Jesus, that's how far they've came. It was awesome.
Yeah. But one of the best things that I've ever, well, that I've experienced was the reveal of Mob of the Dead. Because, like, that map was just mind blowing. Like,
Yeah,
even the trailer, it got you at like hyped, like proper hyped. Because when you saw it slowly fading into like obviously the black and white cutscene and seeing the prisoners getting transported from like you would assume normal Alcatraz to Mob of the Dead is just mental, and then plus Johnny Cash and the singing Rusty Cage in the background was just perfect in that. So it was just absolutely amazing. Like even the setting was good because it came back to that sort of eerie, creepy typey feeling, like what zombies used to have before, like obviously introducing Moon and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, there were still some creepy maps like in BO1, like Kino. I would say about I don't know if people might agree with this, but I would say Ascension was kinda eerie in a way, because think about it, a Russian Cosmodrome and all that crazy stuff, and plus I would say Moon as well, because especially like in the tunnels, especially the remastered version of Moon, like oh my god, that looks just amazing in the tunnels. It looks like something straight out of the Alien. But like I've said, like I've said to you before, when you and me were playing Moon, just imagine a xenomorph just popping out of nowhere. That would just be absolutely amazing.
But you tend to get that way that you come to the tunnel and once you just turn to your left and you see the first space opera literally just again the literally the city of Malcase is in Scotland. Literally headbutt you all the way halfway across the fucking map.
I know. But like don't get me wrong, Zombie has its like moments like pure jump scares, because I remember countless times when you playing Kino, and I could just turn around a corner next time, like a zombie just shows up right in your front of your face, and you're just like shit. You pure crap it. I've had that done to me a few times on zombies, and I've actually jumped on my skin, especially some of the jump scares, because the jump scares are amazing in the game, especially I think did you not say it was BO4 or something? It was Classified that had a jump scare like last gen Richtofen just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah. Aye, so when you go to No Man's Land on Classified, you have a sniper, or so you can have the. You can have also you can have like the Auger, you can have the Shichiga, whatever it's called. Obviously, you can have like any sort of like sniper rifle. Aim it down, obviously, and obviously all you see is that beautiful, ugly image of Richtofen last gen. Thank God I switched to PS4 in time with Black Ops. Thank God.
Being honest, if it wasn't for Black Ops 3, I would still be literally on PlayStation 3. But obviously, me being a big Zombies fan, I'm like, you know, I need to experience this, because if it's good, that if it's any good that what people are saying, I'm like, I'm missing it big time. Because I had the unfortunate that I purchased last gen Black Ops 3, but luckily at that time I got GTA 5, so I wasn't stuck with one game. Because when obviously when I heard it was coming out for PS3, I was expecting it to be on par like with Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 did look amazing on PlayStation 3, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's it.
But see, when I loaded up BO3 and I played Shadows of Evil on that, I was like, what the hell?
I remember that getting quite a lot of hate at the like saying it saying Shadows of War was not a good map. But obviously, when I first played it, I loved it. I love Shadows of War. I mean, obviously, it's obviously different now. Like I was also when a lot of the creators played it at first, they hated it, but see, like when they go back on it, like there's so much, you can have so much fun with it. And still to this day, I mean, obviously, as a starting map, obviously, it's probably the best starting map. It's also a good starting map for Black Ops anyway. So obviously, especially when we'll obviously be keen on it, obviously,
Like, don't get me wrong, when I first played Shadows, I was like, okay, what do I do with this map? Like, because jumping from a map as simple as Kino to a map that's fully like quests and stuff, even like for the Pack-a-Punch, was just to me overwhelming. Like, don't get me wrong, once I started getting into it, I was fine, because I would tell you my strategy on that map was get the Pack-a-Punch, then with the Black Lace Theatres up in the I can't remember the district name. Anyway, so what I would do was Pack-a-Punch weapons, then run up to the actual main part of the map and just train in that area, like what I used to do in Kino, because in Kino that's where I do my training, is on the stage.
Yeah.
So I would literally do that. Yeah, I will admit I did die a few times, but once I started getting into the map and learning on how to approach things, like get the ritual pieces first, then get this, that, and the next thing, that's where I started to, you know, get used to it. And then when obviously I got a chance to play it on PS4, it felt even better, because like I already sort of knew what to do in a way. Plus, being honest, last gen Black Ops 3 for zombies ran at 30 FPS. Black Ops 3 on PS4 for zombies, 60 FPS. So there was that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, BO3 multiplayer on last gen was 60 FPS, because obviously they had to do that. But for zombies, no. They just left it in the dust. And in fact, I can still remember that people were making ideas up about like last gen getting DLCs and that, because when BO3 last gen came out, they said there's no DLCs whatsoever. But then there was a glitch on the leaderboard where you play the game in Shadows and jump at the leaderboard, it'll pop up with a photo of the giant. In fact, I even made a video about it back then, like saying, well, Black Ops 3 last gen get the giant and that, but obviously they did get the giant, and then they got Der Eisendrache as well, and that was it.
So they got DE, but they never got sensible.
I will walk right through you.
Because obviously, it would be quite interesting to see if they did it.
Being honest, I think the game would have crashed. Or, I don't know. I really don't know. But nah, it's just mental Black Ops 3 last gen. Like, don't get me wrong, I got some fun out of it in a way, but I was glad that once I got the PS4, that was it, I was done. In fact, I've lost, if it wasn't for the PS4, I wouldn't be able to really expand on my channel. Because the only time, because I used to use my iPad to record videos when I first started off. So yeah, it's not been a big leap, but it has been a leap in some ways.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to
so, you know, but that's simple. But talking about the maps, like I said, the maps being creepy and that's one thing I love about zombies as well. It's the creep factor. Like, for example, the map we're up, like when you first spawn in, and it tells you you're in Wittenauer Sanatorium in Berlin, 1945. fine, fair enough, but when you hear the sound effects, like the screeches, the screams, the crying, all the disembodied voices, and in fact, if I'm honest, the first, like, although I played Rook tons of times, there was one time I was playing it and it was just me in the room, and I heard continuous crying. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then when it clicked, I was like, oh my god, this map is eerie. Like, I wasn't expecting this map to have that amount of sound effects coming from that map.
I think I like
And it was just, I would say that would be the best map that Treyarch have done. Like, hands down. Mind you, Mob, best map, just, you know, absolutely amazing.
I mean, like I say, a lot of maps, like, I guess, like, it's not really a major, like a major bad map, a lot of like, obviously there's like one or two that I want to hate, rise, transit, obviously, because it's not what anyone expected.
Yeah. This is the absolute volume. But the Black Ops 4. Oh well, Black Ops 4 Zombies. Well, although most of the community say that Black Ops 4 Zombies is absolutely rubbish, I'm kind of mixed between that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's got its pros and cons. Like,
a little closer than I would like.
Blood of the Dead. To me, that was just a big shock because, like, don't get me wrong.
No spoiler for people who've never played it, or if it's the ending. But
Mate, the ending's been showed on YouTube hundreds of times, so I'm sure everybody's seen it.
Carry on.
So I wasn't because see when okay, I even watched the live stream where they were announcing BO4 and you heard the sort of build up to the Mob, to the Blood of the Dead theme. We're just like, oh my god, and then we just see Primus standing there, and you're just like, wow. For Chaos, like the Chaos storyline.
Yeah.
That to me, I would say that Treyarch should have done a wee bit more about the story. Like, yeah, fine, Voyage of Despair, IX, Dead of the Night, and Ancient Evil. Fine, fair enough, your 4 maps, but it was all confusing for me in a way. The only way I could actually understand it was through YouTube, like with the rest of the community. It would have been nice to see if they done another map for Chaos, but according to sources it was due to budgeting and stuff. But one map I particular loved was Alpha Omega.
Congratulations, you just pissed
I
me
know that it was just basically a revamp of Nuketown with a wee bit extra added onto it, but it was just brilliant because even the original Nuketown, I loved that map. I just loved it because like having like a nuclear test facility filled with undead. Those are two matches that are just made for each other. Like if you've seen like horror movies, like zombie movies and stuff like that, it fits so damn perfectly. I just loved it, and then knowing the fact it was Nuketown, you knew the map straight away. You knew where to go, what was the best thing to do. And once you started getting your weapons and pack and punch and get your perks, you could just train in the back gardens, the greenhouse or the yellow house. It was so simple. That's what I loved about it. And with Alpha Omega, you could still go back to your original Nuketown,
on my feet.
even though you had the fact you can go into the bunker and that, because there's been many times where I've played that map where I've pack and punch my guns, I even got the ray gun Mark II, and then I would just start training in the back garden constantly until obviously I did it, like the game ended. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can still do the original Nuketown map without, you know, going into the Alpha Omega type stuff. Like, fine, fair enough, it's there for you to use, but if you just want to go back to that original feel of like Nuketown, then it's there for you to pick. And the way they brought it back, like with the sort of like transit vibe, with like sort of the sound effects, like the round change music from like sound like from the 50s and stuff like that. It was just absolutely brilliant. Hands down, it was just amazing, I would say.
Like, obviously you raised a lot of good points here, like about like Black Ops 4, all maps, obviously. Obviously, the main criticism, obviously, I would give to zombies, even though
no power in your punch.
I will probably say it, look,
Ain't no referee gonna step in.
the zombie guy.
Still on my feet.
It's really the budgeting side of things, because that was the main problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all comes to the because obviously you don't get the funding to create what you want. Obviously, you're gonna suffer. You're not gonna put the money. You don't put the effort into it. And that's why I think
Gloves off.
every single, well, pretty much every single map on the EVA side was just a remaster.
Think again.
Obviously, Ball of the Dead was Mob, Alpha Omega was pretty much Nuketown with a few added bits. Intag the Totem was obviously
A remake of Call of the Dead.
yeah, even and obviously a lot of people speculated that there was going to be a remake of Call of the Dead, there was going to be an actual remaster of Call of the Dead, which they came to fruition.
Yeah.
A lot of people commented about obviously everyone knew
should
Call of
change
the
up my game plan.
Call of the Dead can be remastered, was going to be on that's what the start of it, which everyone loved. Obviously, I was one of those guys actually at first hated Blood of the Dead. First hated it. I just could not get into it, and then once I think once it was actually when I played solo, I hated it, but soon I went online, it was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of those ones I think I can go online
stuff
and
isn't
have fun
poison.
and see solo, because I know it's really, really hard to do the Easter egg. It is just not worth the fun.
Yeah.
I think that's why, to me, that's what brought down Black Ops 4 zombies. Was budgeting, was the fact that a lot of it was remastered. I think the fact that because FIFA was coming to an end, I think we wanted more.
Enough against a few, but more than that,
just want
things start
something
getting a little dicey.
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree 110%. It should have been done more.
Looks like a big
Well,
Sounds about
but
right.
obviously, I did like the commitment was still there, because obviously we had
Funny looking gun.
if you remember the interview that the cast did,
Yeah.
right on just during Tickle Tone,
It puts them
where
down.
they were
No
talking
doubt
about like
that.
all about the Alpha Omega, like geez, like how many lines did you do? There is literally 40,000 lines of dialogue, and you have the entire the guy, I can't make, what's the guy's name? Scottish guy.
You seem pretty friendly with
Craig
the
Houston.
position.
Craig Houston, aye. There's a top
Know something about what's
Craig
going on.
Houston wrote the entire script. It was literally like a frickin', it was like the Gettysburg Address of like the war.
Kicks like a
It was frickin' massive. And see, I'm looking at it like, what the hell? I mean, and they had to learn, they had to make all the every single bit of dialogue done.
So you got the
I think it was
first
like 3 weeks.
Aye, no, it was actually 3 sessions.
Aye, 3 sessions. I think it's like 1 per week. I think that's what it was. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
I'm just, it was only 3 weeks, I remember. Which was fucking mad. I mean, How long would that have to took per day, or whether it was, if it was 3 sessions like you said? How they must have to. I can't believe you still have to get all those pieces done in one take. Most of them would have only been like one time. That was it. They couldn't go back on it. If the amount of time that took, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just mental, because when I was watching obviously the interview with the cast and Craig Houston, they were just talking about how the characters have changed over the years, like from World at War, where they were like mostly stereotypical, like Pacquiao, the way how he sounded, the way that Dempsey sounded, the way that Richtofen sounded, and the way that Nikolai sounded, to something more serious that we get in BO4, where Nikolai is basically the group leader, because obviously Richtofen's sacrifice in Blood of the Dead is just insane. But I remember the day when obviously people came across the ending of Blood of the Dead. YouTube just blew up, literally blew up with everything like Richtofen's dead, he died, blah blah blah. Even watching some of the reactions on the zombie community channels, like for example JC Fireback, it was emotional. Like honestly, the way that Nolan North delivered those lines as Richtofen was just absolutely brilliant.
I think what was probably more shocking and more emotional about that entire map. So yeah, and to the entire map actually, because you'll notice it was actually the very first time that version of Richtofen showed any kind of like
remorse.
Not remorse, slight remorse towards the end, but like any type of emotion. Because if you remember, like Black Ops 3, you knew him as this cold scientist that was trying to save the world, who really only cared about himself, which was pretty evident. He only cared about himself and saving the future, and never really cared for like Ty, Nikolai or Takeo. But towards the end, everything he was saying turns out he was only trying to fix everything, but he was actually grateful for everything he spent all his days done.
Okay,
but
so you got the first
obviously when it came to the very end where he's actually crying, right as soon as that he sheds that tear, that's it gone. Obviously when I watched that, I'm like, oh, hey, they've done this. I just couldn't believe the fact that one, they killed them both. Two, what does that mean for zombies at that time? Obviously, because I wouldn't have expected him to die.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't have expected the story to take a twist and turns out not only did he die, they left the blood vials.
Yeah.
Nikolai is now the leader of the group. Another Richtofen takes his place. So, like, what version is this? Is this like another cold Richtofen? Is it like an ultimate Richtofen? Is it like it was so weird. Obviously, the key point was the original, the Richtofen that was in that map.
Not much chance
That
of
came
this whole
from,
lot, but it's something.
was on the original journey. Took a detour, which we fit. Good thing we managed to find out what that detour was from Gora Crowley, which was quite nice.
Yeah.
Like, from Sensible, sorry. That was good to find that out.
Yeah, it was. So, we've been talking about Richtofen's death and the fact where it was leaving zombies, so now let's talk about the main map. The map to end all zombies. Tag der Toten. No, no tag, I tagged der Toten, I said that right.
Do you remember what that stands for?
Day of the Dead.
Why don't don't you go
Day of
annoy
the Dead.
someone else.
That's correct.
And that was named after a film that George Romero done. Because obviously Black Ops 1, Call of the Dead, one of the zombie bosses was George Romero, and obviously passed away. So I thought it was pretty nice that they named the map after one of his films, but obviously we're German sort of take on it. But
a lot of yeah, because obviously George, even though I'll come clean, I've never had. I wish I've had. I've not had the pleasure of watching some of the films he created. Because obviously people call him the godfather of
the modern zombie.
Yeah, the modern zombie movies in general. So obviously his name's down there forever. He'll be remembered.
He's like being honest, he's like the Stan Lee of zombies, basically.
You could maybe not. I wouldn't say Stan Lee because obviously he didn't make a cameo in every single zombie's map.
Ah, no.
Obviously, I know they couldn't. I know. I know he would. I know George would go for, but remember, Stan owns the fucking. He owned the company.
I know. But you
get
what I mean. You get what I mean. But no.
Oh yeah.
But no. Back to the Tag the Totem. Honestly, when we heard that they were bringing back practically Call of the Dead, I was like, wow, okay, this will be really interesting, especially...
Yeah, that was, well, of course, that wasn't the only thing they brought back.
I know.
Which was a bit of a surprise, I say, even though it was rumoured.
I love the fact how they've done that version of the map, like, Tag the Totem takes place before actual Call of the Dead, because if you think about going back to Black Ops 1, playing Call of the Dead, that takes place during obviously the film getting shot with the actors and Romero, and then at the end, like the end cutscene of the map, you see George Romero explaining he was wanting to do research for a World War II movie, came across some old documents about Group 935. And then Tag the Totem, what do we see? Group 935. So I loved how they done that, it was just brilliant. And I also like the fact they brought back Victus, like, which was just amazing.
Yeah.
We were all wondering if Victus would come back into zombies, because the last time we've heard from them was Buried, where obviously they done the Easter egg for Maxis or Richtofen, and then they disappeared for a while.
Even though there was mentions, obviously you heard in the Alpha Omega, you heard two characters come back, you heard Rossman, you heard Martin.
Well, but there's one thing, there's a bit we're missing though. Think about the comics, because remember just...
Oh yeah. I completely forgot about the comics.
Yeah.
I need to read that.
I'll kill you slow.
Like, the comics filled in the gaps, which I liked, where we saw Victus coming to Alcatraz, speaking to Richtofen, then obviously got him put into the cryo chambers and everything, so it was pretty good.
That was a little closer than I would like.
Playing as Victus again on BO4 was just absolutely amazing, because Victus, well, although Victus was back in the day was kind of a wee bit weird, but we started to like them. But no, I wasn't expecting it to end the way it ended. Like, I was expecting it for them to, like, you know, leave that universe and go for, like, into like a different universe where everything would be perfect, everything. But no, I wasn't expecting them to obviously go. You there?
Yeah. It's just I just didn't know you. I just didn't know you finished speaking there. No, completely 100% there. Then, honestly, like when it did come to obviously finding that Victus was the main characters. Obviously, it's going to be play with like Mystic, Stillinger, Marlon, and Rossman again. Obviously, making them into a part of the story again. Basically, they were going to be the saviours of the world, while Ultimus and Primus, on their long journey, decided to take a rest, knowing that they were finally in there, and obviously most 90% of their eyes was going to be the end of the end. They were going to go back to normal. They were going to go back to their lives. The cycle would finally be broken. Obviously, the only person that knew that wasn't the case was Nikolai, because it was obviously after, well, that's what Richtofen had found out. They're the reasons why everything's happened. Whether in a cycle, even though that they are trying every single way to change it, even Dr. Monty himself telling them, and I quote, that the journey exists is because of all the fractures that you guys have done. You're the ones that fractured the universe.
I suppose I can miss you if you want.
So, on that note, we're going to end the stream here. But thank you very much for you guys watching, and like I said, if you did enjoy it, then feel free to leave a like, and if you have any comments, put them in the comments below. So yeah, so any last things to say on the stream?
No, thanks for taking the asking me to come on and just give my input on zombies, and I'm sure we can get a live stream again if you guys, well, if you guys and gals want to watch me rage. Because as you get, if you get to know me, Stuart, I am a massive rager, and I think you should probably link a couple. You should link that clip you showed me earlier on with you raising on Black Ops 1. That was.
Don't you dare lay hands on me!
Well, guys, thank you very much for watching.